Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Wrestling King 619 here, back at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about NXT that happened 2 days ago. But two things. If I yawn, I'm sorry. I just literally woke up like a little while ago. And secondly, is that if you guys haven't seen one of my latest YouTube videos, not the one that just happened, but because I literally just uploaded a video from Monday Night Raw, but the one before that, I did the NXT recap and highlights deadline for 2023. The only thing is that they don't have the recap and highlights on the show itself like WWE has. Like you literally have to wait until like the next NXT showing, which is Tuesdays. I mean, that makes no sense. Well, I guess it does, but yeah, still. I mean, they have 3.5 hours of deadline. Like you would think 4 minutes just in that just in that time. That I mean, we didn't have to have the Ripley vignette. We should have had the she wasn't on the match. I mean, she should have been on Monday Night Raw on that segment. That segment should have taken place for the highlights and recap. Yeah, but anyway. With all that being said, NXT started with an attack on Carmelo Hayes backstage, just like Trick Williams a couple months ago. And then we went to the ring to a returning Cora Jade, and she is talking and she is saying how everyone missed me, but I am back now. And she said that at deadline, it was my best day ever because she reminded everyone that everything is always better when Cora Jade's around. And after everything was all said and done, no one was talking about the Iron Survivor match. They were all talking about me. Well, Cora Jade, obviously. Then Lyra Valkyria interrupted, and she said, "You left something out. You jumped me from behind. And since you've been gone, you haven't changed. You're always trying to take shortcuts for everything. But for me, on the other hand, everything's changed for the better." Then Blair Davenport, the winner of the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge, interrupted, and she said, "You might be on top right now, but I overcame 4 other women to win the Iron Survivor Challenge to face you for that title." She said, "You should be focused on me because your time is ticking with your title. And come New Year's Eve, I will be the new NXT Women's Champion." Lyra said, "I can't believe you two aren't friends already because you both like to jump people from behind." Yeah, but Blair said whatever it takes to get the job done, and they were about to beat her up, but then Nikita Lyons came out. Because Blair Davenport was the one who originally took her out for almost a year. All 4 of them had a slugfest and took Blair and Cora out of the ring. And before that match was made official, I said, "You watch, they're going to make that match official, a tag team match. A tag team match, player." That's what they usually have. We go backstage and Kelly Kincaid is interviewing Dragon Lee, who is the new North American champion. She said, "Congratulations on your win." And Dragon Lee said, "This was a dream come true. And to be accompanied by the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio, that says something. I would have never had this opportunity if it wasn't for the unfortunate of the best North American champion, Wes Lee, getting injured. But Wesley, you have all my respect, and I wish a speedy recovery for you. I will defend this title every week as much as possible, just like Wesley did. And that starts tonight. Brooks, Briggs, and Fallon Henley versus Metaphor, Star, Mensa, and Lash in a 6-person mixed match. And this match came about because they were backstage at Deadline and they were fighting each other. Metaphor attacked them before the match even started, but the referee got under control and started the match. In the locker room, Tiffany Stratton is watching the match because her feud between Fallon Henley and her is not over. Dar gave Jensen an ankle lock, but he got out of it. Got out of it, and Dar tagged in Mensa, which the referee saw, but Jensen tagged in Briggs, but Jakara Jackson was distracting the referee, and he did not see that Jensen made the tag, so Jensen was still legal. Man. Dar gave Jensen a back elbow and pinned him, but Fallon Henley broke it up. Henley was outside the ring, and Stratton came out. And Henley was beating her up the ramp, but to the backstage, but it was not a disqualification because Henley was beating her up, not the other way around. Briggs tossed Mensa into Dar, into Dar, and kicked Dar, which made him DDT his own partner. It gave him a big lariat, pinned him, and won the match. We were then on the stage, and they were announcing all the men in the men's breakout tournament. Wait, hold on. I skipped along. We go to Trick and Mello in the trainer's room, and he said, and the trainer said, everything seems to be fine, everything's in place. Then we were backstage. Then we were on the stage, and they were announcing all the men in the breakout men's tournament. But Lexus King took one of them out with a chair. And later on, it was made official that he will be replacing him in the tournament. The next match in the first round breakout tournament is Oba Femi versus Miles Bourne. And Miles Bourne is under the tutelage of Gulak. Yeah, but that didn't matter though, because it was an okay match, nothing much to say. Yeah, but that didn't matter though, because Oba Femi gave him a powerbomb and pinned him and won and advances into the tournament. Deeper in the tournament. Now we go in the women's locker room, and Lyra and Nikita are talking. Lyra said, I'm not going to let the return of Cora Jade spoil the NXT women's division. Nikita said, as much as you want Cora, I want Blair a whole lot more, because she attacked me and put me on the shelf for almost a year. Lyra opened her locker, and there was a picture of Lyra and Becky, but Tatum and Paxley cut out her face and replaced it with her face. Now we go backstage again, and Kelly Kincaid is interviewing Stratton about Fallon Henley, but she cut her off and said, I'm over the existence of her after I lost at Deadline. She said, she's never lived a life like me. She serves people like me. She said, now you can talk. She was about to talk, but Stratton just left. Now back in the ring competition, and it's the open challenge match for Dragon Lee's North American title, and Tyler Bate accepted the match. In the beginning of the match, they were countering each other's moves. Dragon Lee got caught with a Tyler Bate airplane spin and pinned him, but he kicked out. Bate did the off-the-ropes clothesline and pinned Lee, but he kicked out. Lee did the diving foot stop and was looking for the power bomb, but Bate reversed it and tried to do the Tyler Driver 97, but Lee re-reversed it into a roll-up, but Bate kicked out. Dragon Lee did the Operation Dragon Slice Spread move, pinned Bate, and retained the title, and they shook hands and hugged. Now we go backstage to Fallon, Briggs, and Jensen. And Briggs said, "I beat Noam Dar, and I should be next in the line. I should be next in line for a Heritage Cup match. And I want a drink out of it." Now back to the ring, and it's Eddie Thorpe versus Dijak. Dijak didn't wait until Thorpe came in the ring, and he ambushed him as he was making his entrance. Eddie pushed Dijak headfirst into the steel steps and got busted open. Dijak would then pick him up and threw him into the turnbuckle, making the turnbuckle and top rope come undone. Dijak would proceed to beat him up with the metal part of the turnbuckle, calling for disqualification. Dijak would leave the ring, but come back and planted him gut first in the middle, on the middle turnbuckle that was still intact to the ring. Now we have a Chase U segment. And they raised some money to restore Chase University, but they made only a fraction of the money just in the interest. And Duke said to Chase, "You look like shit," but they bleeped out the shit word. Thea and JC left because Riley Osborne, who is part of Chase U, is up next. He is one of the men from the men's breakout tournament. Then Scripps gave Mr. Chase a proposition in a briefcase, which is probably a lot of money, but there's always a catch. He probably wants them to get them a rematch for the number one contender match for the tag titles or something. I don't know. Now we go to the women's locker room again, and Blair Davenport and Cora are there. And Blair said, "You kind of ruined my moment at Deadline on Saturday." She said, "No, I didn't. Lyra did." As she interrupted you mid-sentence, Blair said, "When you get a title shot, it won't even be against Lyra. It'll be against me, because I'll beat her at New Year's Evil." Now, it's the men's breakout tournament. Keanu Carter versus Riley Osborne, and Thea and JC are in the Chase U section. Carver gave him a tree trunk lariat. He was literally like, and it's, I'm like, you heard that. Carter gave him a fall-away slam, and he didn't even leave his feet. Carver gave him a big pounce, and Riley went flying, but he did a shooting star press and pinned him and won to make it to the semifinals. And he reminds me of an Evan Bourne, probably when he does like the shooting star press. Well, obviously now it's Matt Sydal now. Now we go backstage, and Dragon Lee got confronted by Gulak's team, and they said, "Good match out there with Bate." Lee said, "Yeah, he's the real deal, but what do you want? Why are you here?" Gulak said, "We come in peace. We want you next week." Wait, Gulak said, "Is this going to be in every week, like Wesley?" And Dragon said, "Yes." Gulak said, "We want you next week then." He said, "Okay, but which one of you?" He said, "You find that out next week." We go backstage again, and Thea is basically spying on Riley Osborne because she has a crush on him. And she is talking like an idiot because she is nervous. But he left to take a shower. Then Kiana James and Izzy Dame came on the scene, and Izzy said, "Really? You with him? He's a whole person, and he's a whole man, and you're a whole child." and they left. Now it's the main event match: Lyra versus Nikita. Lyra and Nikita versus Cora and Blair. Blair tried to trip Nikita behind the referee's back, but from the distraction, Cora took over. Blair gave Lyra a close shot knee to the face, and Nikita took out Blair, but it didn't matter because Cora was a legal woman and pinned Lyra and won. When Nikita realized Cora was pinning Lyra, she tried to get back in the ring to break it up, but it was too late, and Blair and Cora would win. After the match, Tatum Paxley entered the ring and crawled to Lyra and was basically hugging her. And her face was like, "What's happening?" Now we go backstage, and Hank and Tank are talking about their match next week against Gallus. And then Gallus came on the scene. Wolfgang said, "You should be back at the pub, drowning your sorrows." Hank said, "We have more heart than 3 of you combined." Joe Coffey said, "What, me? I'm not gonna get involved, I promise." And they said, "Yeah, whatever." And Hank and Tank left. Then Joe Gacy was on a forklift talking to Joe Coffey about a cup of Joe, a.k.a. coffee. Coffee. Get it? Joe Coffey. That's literally like the same thing. Joe and coffee. Yeah, that's his real name, though. Then back in the ring, Trick Williams, the male Iron Survivor Challenge winner, is talking about that Deadline was a movement. But he was in the ring with some men, some even bigger than him, but he's been bowling his whole life. And I have a match against Ilya at New Year's Evil for the title. Ilya Dragunov came out and was congratulating him, but with respect, at New Year's Evil, it comes to an end. Trick said, "If you would have said that a couple months ago, I might have agreed with you. But this is a different Trick. I'm taking the man. I'm talking the talk and the man of NXT, and I'm gonna be your new NXT champion." Ilya said, "I like you, but at New Year's Evil, I would do whatever it takes to retain my title." Then Carmelo came out and said, "I know exactly who attacked you because he's the exact same person who attacked me." Ilya said, "I'll leave you two alone. And he was about to leave the ring, but Mello said, "Don't leave, because we all know it was you that attacked us." He said, "What? Are you serious? I have nothing in this storyline. I have nothing in this, I have nothing to do in this, whatever it's called. But Carmelo said to Trick, "Think about it. Who gains more than separating us up than him? Because if he had to face us one-on-one, he had to face us. If he had to face one of us, he had to face both of us." And Hayes tried to take the title out of Ilya's hand, but when he did, he accidentally hit Trick with it. And that was everything that happened at NXT. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please join and follow my Facebook page. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.